People will continue to try to drag you back into that state. I'm Cole. This is my journey of becoming a professional soccer player, building a bootstrap business, and showing my path to self-mastery. Make these videos to help teach people how to create their ideal life. Today's video is what happens when you hang out with people after you've grown as a person. Over the course of the summer, I've been hanging out with my friends. I've known these people for multiple years, but I've had a 3-year gap since the last time I've seen them. All of us come to the same spot for vacation during the summer. I've had significant growth since the last summer I saw them in 2022. Also, the way of life here is not very focused on goals. I've been hanging out with people, particularly at night. During the night, they tend to drink. I'll still hang out with them even though I'm not drinking anything. Every now and then, people will ask me if I want to drink. Everyone knows that I don't drink. However, people still offer. It is kind of them to offer, but I see it as them trying to drag me back down to that old version of myself. They'll tell me, oh, why don't you just have one shot? Why don't you just drink one day? Why do you not drink? It's not going to make that much of a difference. They try to get in my head that it's not that big of a deal. At the beginning of the year, I told myself that I was not going to drink a single drop of alcohol the entirety of 2025. So far, I've performed perfectly and have had no noticeable urges to actually break that. I'm almost 8 months in, and so far, if anything, I just want to continue it into more years to come. But if you are trying to change and the people around you are not, they're going to pull you back down into what they are doing or that past version of yourself did. They're not doing this because they hate you. Typically, they're going to do it because they actually love you and want you to enjoy your time. However, every decision you make has an opportunity cost. If I choose to drink, then I know the consequences that come with that. I see my friends as the crab in the bucket analogy, which is basically, fisherman is not worried about any of the crabs escaping out of his bucket, because when a crab tries to crawl up the wall, the other ones will drag him back down so that no one can escape. This is going to be similar to your real life when you're trying to grow. The people around you are going to try to bring you back down into either their standards or your old self. You have to be willing to let go of that old version of yourself in order to become someone new. You might think that it's not that big of a deal if you just have one drink. However, breaking that promise to yourself is very important. Saying you're going to do something and then actually carry it out is vital for building self-confidence. Constantly breaking promises to yourself or other people will give you a shaky foundation when you're trying to achieve something great. If you can't keep the promise to yourself to go to the gym every day, or to not drink, or to eat right, then it's unlikely that you're going to be able to reach the heights that you wish. Especially if you are starting out at the bottom, you have to be willing to sacrifice and do a lot more than anyone else. Your mentality should be the difference between you and all these people who have massive amounts of talent. This isn't a one-off problem that's going to happen. As you continue to evolve and find different friend groups, even if they are higher standard, they're still going to drag you back to that old version of yourself. You have to be so strong in your resolve of who you want to be that their comments don't matter. So having that idea that you're going to act in accordance of who you want to become, no matter who you're around, is vital. This is by no means an easy thing to do, but it's something you're going to have to practice every single time it comes up. Peer pressure is a real thing, and we all fall into it sometimes. However, there should be certain things that can cause the most harm, such as for me, drinking, that I will say no to no matter what. The idea of who you want to become has to be a lot stronger than the enjoyment that you would get from breaking your own word. If you're willing to sacrifice everything in order to reach your goals, this is just another sacrifice along the way. No one has achieved something great without giving up something in return. I hope you got some value, and thank you for watching the video.